Hey guys, Liquid Blitz here, and today I'm going to quickly go through the best attachments to use on assault rifles. As I'm sure you can imagine, it differs slightly for each rifle, but there are a couple you should pretty much use on all of them. Firstly, let me get it out of the way and tell you the best and most important attachment that should be used on every single assault rifle, and that is the adjustable stock, which lets you move and strafe much faster when aiming. This thing is the secret to playing like a gaming god when you use an assault rifle. I'm not going to go into great depths of detail about it, but the stock lets you move so much quicker when aiming that it pretty much makes quick draw obsolete and pointless, especially on hardcore. Think for a second. Aiming and then moving around a corner is faster than running around a corner, stopping running and then aiming at the enemy. By all means, you could equip both stock and quick draw, but I think that's a waste of an attachment because if you're using stock, it means you're getting your aim up before you move around corners anyway, meaning quick draw would only be beneficial in emergencies when running directly into an enemy. So yeah, the stock is the best attachment to use on all assault rifles, but let's look at some of the others. Now when it comes to the burst weapons and single shot weapons, most people instinctively go straight for select fire as soon as they unlock it. Now if you're only using these 4 weapons just to get diamond, then ignore what I'm saying, but there is absolutely no point in using any of these 4 rifles if you're just going to add select fire to make it fully automatic. That's what the automatic rifles are for. If you use any of these, then you should be using it specifically for its fire mode. Take the FAL as an example. When you get used to a semi-auto assault rifle, you quickly learn how to fire very fast whilst maintaining accuracy, whereas select fire would just lessen that accuracy, especially over longer ranges where it really becomes noticeable. In hardcore, making the FAL automatic is a bit more reasonable since it's a one-shot kill in hardcore, as is the SMR, so accuracy is a little bit less important. But for core difficulty, select fire is just a waste. If you want to use a fully automatic rifle, don't use any of these 4. Let's quickly go through all the sights you can use. Straight off the bat, don't ever use the ACOG sight or the EOTech sight on an assault rifle. They may be useful on LMGs, but they completely remove the close range capabilities which make assault rifles so desirable in the first place. If you use either of these, you might as well be using an LMG. The reflex sight is always a good choice on an assault rifle, particularly if you find the iron sights annoying, and the target finder can be exceptional if used in the right way and on the right maps. Unless you're a very skilled player, you shouldn't really use the target finder when running and gunning since it blocks out all of your peripheral vision. But if you use it carefully in medium to long range maps and situations, it quickly becomes possibly the best sight in the game. You don't even need to see enemies, just concentrate on the red squares. You'd be surprised how many players don't use cold-blooded to stay invisible. Anyway, moving on, the MMS sight is hit and miss and really comes down to personal preference, but it's particularly good at stealthy and camping game modes. For example, on Search and Destroy you're going to kick 10 shades of shit out of your enemies if you use the MMS in conjunction with other stealthy things. As for the hybrid sight, I used to think this was just pointless, but after using it a couple of times I like the ability to change instantly between reflex and ACOG, even whilst aiming. I know I said don't ever use the ACOG sight on assault rifles, and that still stands, but in the uncommon situations where you're about to turn a corner into a long range area, it's a good idea to switch from reflex to ACOG, just for a few seconds and then switch back. So again, the hybrid is hit and miss, so give it a try, but it's not essential, keeping in mind that the default sight on the hybrid is the reflex, which means for all intents and purposes it is a reflex sight, except for those very rare situations where you might want to switch to an ACOG for a few seconds. So anyway, if you want to choose a sight, in most situations the reflex wins hands down because you get it so quickly, you get it as soon as you start using the weapon basically, and it's a solid attachment choice, but the target finder can be a beast if used correctly. Now let's quickly go through some other attachments. As much as you may want to use it, extended mags are pretty pointless on assault rifles since the damage is high enough to kill numerous people in one regular clip anyway. The suppressor makes an excellent choice on hardcore and the more quiet, stealthy game types. FMJ comes down to personal play style. If you like to piss bullets away in the wind and spray walls, then it might be a point well spent, but generally I'd advise against it. The laser sight is totally useless on the burst and semi-auto rifles, so don't even think about equipping it on those. And you should only really equip it at all on assault rifles if you're towards the lower end of the skill spectrum. If you're a decent player, however, you shouldn't really even be thinking about the laser sight. Moving on. If you like to use the foregrip, then there's something you should know. The foregrip is shit. Total garbage. There are numerous accuracy tests across YouTube that show it makes very little difference in actual practice, and assault rifles are generally accurate and powerful enough without. The foregrip is a waste of a class point. Fast mag on the other hand is a different story. Let's quickly look at the reload times of all assault rifles from fastest to slowest. Fast mag can be useful on the right assault rifle. Take the M27 for example. That's the fastest reload of them all, and so fast mag would be a waste of a point when it's already fast enough. The SMR and AN94 however have slow ass reloads, so it would be a decent choice to use fast mag, especially if you like running and gunning. So to summarise then, the best attachment is the stock, and it should be equipped on all assault rifles. If the iron sights are annoying you on a particular rifle, put on the reflex sight or the hybrid sight to replace it once you've unlocked it. Or in certain situations, the target finder might be the better option. So stock and a sight are the main two. If, like me, you like using a third attachment, Fast Mag is decent on the SCAR, the TAR-21, the AN-94 and the SMR. FMJ if you're a sprayer and prayer and don't mind wasting bullets on walls. The suppressor makes an excellent third choice if you prefer a stealthy approach, and the rest shouldn't be used. Perhaps quick draw in conjunction with stock if you're a fast-paced crazy running around Rambo's son of a bitch. And don't, under any circumstances, ever use the grenade launcher. Put that shit down right now. Don't do it, dog. Don't do it. And on that note, I hope you found this useful. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my choices. Like this video if you liked it, like this video if you didn't like it, and subscribe for more tips and breakdowns. Bye, bitches!